Nintendo has finally released details about the first DLC pack for Breath of the Wild, but there are plenty of things that we still don't know, such as will there be any more sexy armor for Link, and where can I find said sexy armor? I only ask the important questions. So grab your sword, put your theory crafting caps on, and make sure to catch up on our series of the things that we wish we knew before playing Breath of the Wild. One of the main draws for this DLC is what they're calling Trial of the Sword, which appears to be a Horde-style challenge mode in which they state Link will face an onslaught of enemies, one wave after another. You won't get any weapons or gear to start out with. In the photo on Nintendo's website, Link can be seen wearing just his shorts with the tree branch, and must clear all 45 rooms. And by beating this mode, you'll be able to power up the Master Sword. Again, the website reads, the power of the Master Sword will be awakened, and it will always be in its glowing power-up state while usable. Okay, first off, there is no way Nintendo would give the Master Sword unlimited power. It has to still have that 10-minute cooldown, or else that whole thing about the weapon system being balanced just goes right out the window. My guess is that it will still power down after a certain amount of use, but when you do use it, it will always be at 60 attack, instead of losing the glow and dropping to 30 instead. Not a bad reward at all. But what intrigues me the most is that the trial is located in what they're calling a certain sacred location. Now, based on the screenshots, the trial looks to be in some sort of shrine encounter, so it could be anywhere from the Lost Woods to the Seven Heroines to maybe even on a Ventide Island. But what about this door? A Reddit user found this at the very top of Hyrule Castle, and it's got a Triforce on it and everything. If only we had the Tingle Tuner to help us find the entrance. And speaking of things to find, it looks like we're going to have some new armor pieces available to us, hidden in treasure chests placed around Hyrule. Well, Nintendo never said this would be easy. In addition to the Korok mask that will assist us in finding hidden seeds by vibrating when there's one nearby, there's headgear from both Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess, a full gear set from Phantom Hourglass, and... wait, is that... oh god. Stop the presses, cancel all my meetings, and forget the rest of this DLC. The Tingle outfit is all I need in my life. Oh, there's still more features? Fine, we'll do that, but then it's right back to Tingle, okay? Anyway, Nintendo hasn't said exactly what the gear will do, or if they'll even do anything at all, but I'd love to see something moon-related with Majora's Mask, like every time you put it on, it'll cause a blood moon to rise. The Midna helmet is a little bit more complicated because she has so many different powers, but maybe even something like a locator for treasures, like they do with the shrines, would be cool. The Phantom armor could be a defense-heavy set. I mean, just look at it. Solid as a rock, right? And the Tingle outfit, aside from making every single one of us uncomfortably excited, could have some cool perks, like more selfie poses, or an increased rupee drop, or even a fairy detector. The sky's the limit with Tingle. It's anyone's guess as to what they will actually do, but I'll give Nintendo the benefit of the doubt, and hopefully we'll be treated to some awesome new abilities with this gear. There's also a mode included in this DLC called Hero's Path. It's kind of a nifty addition as it tracks Link's location and movement throughout Hyrule over the last 200 hours played, but that's kind of it. I guess it's kind of cool if you like seeing where you've been and where you haven't. Nintendo seems to be touting this as a way to help people find more shrines in the game, but what about those who have already found them all? If we're talking about completionists here, the Hero's Path doesn't seem to have much to offer to them other than a glorified GPS tracker. And same goes with the travel medallion. With it, we'll be able to set our current location as a quick travel spot, so if you found an awesome area to farm some durians, but a shrine is nowhere to be found, you can use the medallion and then come back as often as you'd like. But only one location can be saved, and not only that, we're gonna have to find it first too. Ugh, we're just not getting any freebies in this DLC. And last but not least is the DLC feature we've all been talking about, Hard Mode. Since Nintendo did release some details, there isn't a whole lot to speculate about, but let's take a look anyway. So in addition to having every enemy powered up by one level, so for example red enemies become blue, blue become black, etc., they also regenerate health over time, making fights against stronger enemies even tougher. We're all gonna have a field day with whatever the silver Lionel turns into. Probably a gold one, right? But enemies on the ground will be the least of our worries, because they've actually taken to the skies in this mode. The preview photo shows moblins suspended high in the air by Octoroks, just waiting to be blown off by a Korok leaf. But hear me out. What if there were bigger, more intricate structures that haven't been shown yet? Like giant flying airships filled with bokoblins tossing explosive barrels and throwing spears. That sounds like a challenge. Now, I'd love to do some more analysis on Tingle's outfit, but I've got other work to do. So if you've got any ideas as to what the armor does or what we can expect from Trial of the Sword, put it in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for even more Breath of the Wild videos.